All right, here we go again. All right, y'all, I got my candle here. We're ready to do some work. Oof. April, there you are. How are you tonight? Jessica, welcome. Y'all are the best. Thank you all so much for always like being prompt, present, contributing. Y'all are the best. Jessica, what did you want to talk about tonight? Did any of those readings earlier speak to you all, by the way? Okay, good, April. I suspected yes, but you never know. Jessica, which deck are you considering? There are so many. Um, hey Jamal, what's up? Welcome. Okay, good, Jessica. I'm glad to hear that. Y'all, what's your criteria for buying a new deck? Like, I haven't bought one in a while. Yeah, April, you need to establish boundaries, and like what it's showing you is that you really don't practice boundaries at all. Jessica got something about establishing boundaries too, but her boundaries are already established. She just has to maintain them. You have to actually develop the boundaries because you have people just walking all over them. I hope I'm not one of them. I feel like I may be. Y'all, when I select a deck, I try to get ones that speak to me. All right, y'all, this is interesting. What do y'all think about the fountain deck? Because I like it. It's interesting, but it's also very non-traditional. It's very interesting. The images are intriguing, but you know how different decks have personalities? Like that one has a strong personality to it. I've looked at the portrayal of some of the cards, and it's like the meaning is very nuanced. It's very different from like traditional Rider Waite deck. Have any of y'all actually read with the fountain deck? Yeah, Jessica, it's like you're not enforcing them. Like you know when people cross the boundaries and the lines, but it's like you don't really have a plan to like implement those consequences like you're saying. That's good that you know that. Jamal, did any of that speak to you? Your reading, did it speak to you? Oh yeah. Um, one tendency with the group is, oh, interesting, Jessica. Those people are the people that will test you the most as far as boundaries are concerned. So you want to check the family for sure. Oh, interesting, Jamal. Yeah. So you got the moon card. Whenever you get the moon card, you always want to examine the relationship with mom. Can anybody name another card that would make you want to examine your relationship with your mother? And Jamal, like the moon card is going to indicate past hurts and traumas that come up too. So those things that are surfacing are things that you're like having to start to deal with. You would think so, April, and not necessarily the high priestess, because that's not the mother per se. You know, when we talk about the phases of woman, you have maiden, mother, crone. High priestess represents the crone. Yeah, good job, Jamal. Like this is the time to do it. It's showing that what you're doing is actually working. You probably notice a few things. Oh, thank you. You probably noticed a few things already that are like things in your psyche, like past hurts that have been past things in your psyche that you had noticed before that are affecting you. Um and like little triggers. I one of my recent videos I talked about triggers, like your little triggers you're starting to notice, like things in your past that affect you like really deeply and way stronger than they should. Things that bring up a lot of old painful memories. Pay attention to your dreams. Um, so selecting a deck, you should find one that speaks to you. And like a lot of people like to buy a million decks when they start out because it's so like it's so many options available. And you just get really easily enticed by them. But like really choose like two decks. Choose one. Hey Danielle, welcome. Choose one that well, of course, get your Rider Waite deck. This is the Miss Cleo Tower, which I really enjoy. It's like a version of the Rider Waite. Yeah, I'm still trying to like learn what the Oracle decks are about, like what their purpose is, because I'm sure they serve a purpose. But y'all know I do tarot, so um, choose your Rider Waite deck, and then get another one that speaks to you and has a different feel and flavor, so you can compare the two. But beyond that, I wouldn't be concerned with getting a whole lot of decks because you really want to just focus. Yes, Jamal, get that dream journal. You really need to pay attention to your dreams, and I need to do so as well. Jamal, because you have a spiritual background, you probably know more about this, but your dreams hold a lot of information. And most people don't take the effort or the time into paying attention to their dreams and writing them down. But when you really start to get on your path, a lot will be revealed to you through your dreams. And I've been learning that recently. And especially walking between worlds is a very important thing. Like if you're um, yeah, Jessica, and we're always dreaming. You just may not have been able to retain them. But when you learn to walk between worlds, your dreams are very important. Like if you're a shaman or a high priest or any of that class of people, it's very important for you to walk between worlds. That's what I've been doing recently. And your dreams, paying attention to your dreams are a great way to do that because you take time every day to sleep. So when you go to sleep, you always have an entry point into your subconscious. And so yeah, I was at the bookstore Saturday and I had no intention of buying books, but I saw two that I really loved. So I bought them and they were cheap. They were $7 a piece. I've looked at this book previously, The Secrets of Shamanism, when I went to the bookstore. This book is great, you all. $7. It talks all about it. And y'all know dreaming is very important for shamans. But then I got this book as well because y'all, I had my first astral travel dream the other night that I ever remember having. It was intense, you all, and I know that more are to come because of my third eye opening. You have more experiences like that, so that made me very curious. And I found this book on dreams. It's called "Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming" by Stephen LeBerge. Stephen LeBerge. But what I liked about it was a very practical step-by-step guide on how to work with your dreams. It talks about the types of dreams, the activities in your dreams, and how to start working with them so you can be lucid. And I thought it was powerful. So I'm going to start working with this. And the dream journal is a big part of it. So Jamal, thank you for mentioning that because that's something I really want to get back to doing. I have kept a dream journal previously, and I've fallen out of practice of writing down my dreams, but they're powerful. So as I was mentioning before, working with the element of water, it's working with your dreams, working with your subconscious, meditation. Um, Yes, Jamal. It's called Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming by Stefan or Stephen, I don't know how you pronounce it, Laberge, Laberge, and Howard Rheingold, Rheingold. I'm not read anything about this book or heard anything. I just saw it when at the bookstore, started flipping through it, and I thought it was really great information. Jessica, you've been waiting to get a new deck because you don't want a bunch of decks. Good. You know, like our impulse, especially in this Western material world, is to just buy stuff, especially if you get a good deal, blah, blah, blah. And it's fine to buy stuff, but I always recommend practicing the art of restraint, you all, because on this path, especially when at the level of learning that you're doing, it's really good to just keep it simple, be pragmatic step by step and go little at a time. So, rather than get overstimulated, overexcited with buying a bunch of decks you don't know how to use, stick with two, figure out how to use them, and then you can expand. And that's hard for us to do because we're used to just getting stuff instantly, instant gratification. But there's a value in practice and restraint. Also, if you want to get another deck, set goals for yourself. And when you achieve the goal, then use that as an incentive. Say, oh, when I complete my first dream journal, then I'll go buy another tarot deck. Instead of just buying something, make yourself work for it and earn it. So good job practicing that restraint. Are there any decks that you all are really fond of? It's been a while since I've bought a deck, but I've seen a few in the group. The Fountain deck is one that stood out to me. But the more I look at it, the more like the less I'm inclined to get it because it just has some the images are really weird and interesting in a way, but it has a weird feel to it. And I'm like, not as into it as I was when I first saw it. The images are very striking and beautiful, but I just don't know. Um, Kristen, you want to tell us about your experience with the Oracle decks? You know what, Jessica? If a lot of people I'm seeing have criticism for the Rider Waite deck, especially like newbies. But the thing with the Rider Waite is it has a ton of symbolism in it, and it may seem vague. Like I don't think the point of Rider Waite is for you to connect with the deck. It's purposefully vague and it's mysterious because it does have so many layers of symbolism. And part of the Rider Waite is to take you out of your context. It's all set in this like medieval context because if it can get you out of your everyday understanding of things, it can remove a lot of biases that you have and a lot of feelings. So it takes you to a different place. And the expressions and everything are vague. Like it took me forever to understand the deck the way that a lot of people understand. Like the way I understand it now, I didn't see like a lot of cards the way that I do now when I first started working with it because people will be like, look at this woman. Doesn't she look sad or doesn't he look happy or this, that, and the third? And it's like, no, they all look kind of static, the images. But it's like that for a reason because it allows your subconscious to play and to add layers of meaning. So, like, if you buy a deck that you really connect with, you're going to have your own personal biases and things that's going to limit your ability to read. It may enhance it as well in other regards, but it's like, that's why I like my Fae tarot deck as well because it's fairies and it's animation. So it's like it's cute and it's fun, but it's still something that takes you out of your everyday understanding of the world. If you get a tarot that's like the Black Tarot, the Black Woman's Tarot, or the this, that, or the third, like it's going to be great because you can connect to it in a certain way, but then it's also going to be limiting because it won't be able to take you outside of of that scope of understanding. Yeah. Y'all know me, I'm a big advocate of the Rider Waite. I think it's brilliant. What else did y'all want to talk about? Do y'all have thoughts on intuition? That's what we were talking about when I started the first video. Who has really experienced intuition and the element of water? Like, did y'all grow up with that understanding of the world? Is that something that you've had to develop as you've gone into these practices? Because for me, that's something I had to develop. I'm an earth sign, I'm a Virgo, and my understanding of the world, excuse me, of the world is very practical. It's very physical and tangible. And so the way I was raised and my most natural understanding of the world is very like practical, physical, tangible, very earth. Also I have some Gemini traits, so I'm very cerebral. Yeah, Danielle, like what? I'm very cerebral. I use a lot of mental things, concepts, and stuff to understand the world. But as far as like sensing things and feeling things, that's something that's a little less natural for me. And then the fire element is a little bit different for me. Yeah, Jessica. Ooh, Danielle, you must be a star seed. Yeah, April. So April and I were talking about that one day, and it led to a lot of realizations. You all like, mm-hmm. You can connect with the elements in nature. Like the elements are almost like spirits themselves. And it's like they have certain lessons to teach us. So April's work, her occupation deals with water. I was asking her if it's helped inform her about the element, and that element in the work that we do. And she has lots of stories to tell about that. So, y'all, if you ever want to get in tune with an element, you can actually do that through meditation, through working with the element. I have the element of fire right here, right now. There's things you can do with that. Um, what was I going to say about the element of water? But yeah, April has lots of experiences around the element of water. Grounding, that's interesting. Danielle, you must be starseed, which I don't still really understand what that means completely, but I feel like I'm definitely starseed. Because I've always been different. I haven't always felt like an alien, but my life has always been very different. And I think about different things. And the more I explore this path, the more I see, oh, we're a certain class of people that are connected. Yeah, it's so fun when people say I love water because to me, water is like such a basic thing. So when people are like, oh, I'm all about water, I'm like, yeah, like to me, that's like saying, oh, I love music. Like, who doesn't love music? I love food. Who doesn't love food? It's like water. Yeah, April, you probably are. Like, I think most of us in this group are because we just have a different calling and understanding of things. There are these different terms, they're all kind of vague. I know there's like indigo and rainbow and all this other stuff. I need to research it more. I've done a little bit of research, but I know basically it has to do with having ties to like other planets and galaxies and things like that, and being sort of like a super soul. I know personally I have like a ton of lifetimes behind me. A ton. I've actually completed like my whole evolution, but I'm still here to teach. Is that what you feel, Daniel? Ooh, wow, Jamal. So you know all about the power of water from that experience. You're so crazy, Daniel. Um, what was I gonna say? Element of water. Um, Jamal, does that, I know in your practices and some of the, I know you don't necessarily identify as a practitioner of like, you think some see as difficult, of voodoo or like any of the Orisha traditions, but has that sort of like, has those traditions give you a way to deal with the element of water? Because I know some Orishas are like water, Orishas like Yemaya and like other stuff. How has that come into that practice and your understanding of the element of water? Yeah, Danielle, it's funny, like I didn't always know this about. Ooh, yeah, it's definitely a power. Yeah, Danielle, do you have these experiences too where you just can tap in and like there's wisdom that comes through you and stuff like that? Because I'm really just discovering that. Yeah, Danielle. Yeah, April, we live on the water planet, Earth's covered in water. I was just watching this video where this guy was like, you should probably know how to swim. He went around the room and he was like, is there anyone here that doesn't know how to swim? And of course, the one black guy raised his hand. But the presenter was like, you should probably learn how to swim. Like, we live on a planet covered in water. Like, three-quarters of the planet is water. Like, you might want to learn how to swim. So that goes into respect for the element. All right, y'all. Since I have you all here, before I get off, let's get into a for real topic. Yeah, Danielle, it's like you just get the downloads, and it's like it's for the people that get them, and other people just won't get it. Like they just aren't awakened enough, and that's fine. But it's a special class of people that just get it. And when you start reading like Book of Enoch and all these other esoteric works, you see why. When you study Hermeticism, it's like either you're from the priestly class or you're not. And when you are, there's a whole world of information waiting for you. Stuff written down in books, and then just like the downloads that expand your consciousness. The more you embrace it, the more you can access it. It's such a weird, bizarre thing. That's why it's important to write down your dreams, you all. Write them down. Do any of y'all use apps? There's a really great app called Evernote, which you can just take notes on and always have them available. You can access it from your phone, from your computer, your tablet. Hey, Angela, welcome. Angela, let me pull a card for you. Angela, right now you're a little discontent at your current circumstances. You have several options in front of you, and none of them seem to be what you want. They kind of are a bit frustrating for you, but by relaxing, realizing that you're in a good place, and opening up your awareness, you'll understand that there's another thing that's being offered to you that you may not have considered. So relax, realize that you're good in a good spot, be grateful that you're in a good spot, and then open up your awareness, and there's another option waiting for you, okay? All right, y'all, what I'm going to do to focus this discussion before we leave is I'm going to pull a cups card. I actually have one. Oh, that's the same one she just had. I don't want to do that. Actually, let's do that one, you all. Great, Angela. Let's do that card since it came up. I have this version. This is the Miss Cleo Tower right here. So let's just work with this card. I won't even pull out the Rider Waite card. Y'all tell me about this card. Let's talk. Four of Cups. I want y'all to analyze it. Post your thoughts. April, I know you got some thoughts on this card. And let's start, since it's the cup cards, let's start by talking about the element of water. Oh, it's okay, Jamal. Ooh, very good, Jamal. Very good. I like that. He's starting an offering. Can anybody develop that idea? Why would somebody be doing an offering? What does the number four have to do with an offering? Oh, that was Jessica. I'm sorry. I said that was Jamal. That was Jessica. Very good, Jessica. Oh, okay, Jamal. Well, have you learned anything like about, the water orishas, like Yemaya? I don't know what the other ones are, but has that informed your opinion of the element of water? Very good, April. We're talking about the four elements here in an offering. Very good. That's what I was going for, actually, Jessica. He's got four cups, four elements, four directions. Whenever you start that magical operation, you acknowledge the four directions, the four elements. What else? Jessica. Let's look at where he is. Four seasons, right? Right, Angela. So right now we're trying to develop a meaning for this card based on the images that we see in the card. So we talked about the number four. Jessica did a great job talking about an offering. That's something that's unique to this, card. Very good, April. Four is a solid number. Well water is very powerful. Yemaya seems to be very powerful for us. It can consume you if you're not careful. True. Danielle, why do you say ancestral help for this card? Explain what that's about. And that's actually a really nice insight. Thank you for that. It's okay, Jamal. Like, the whole point of this is really a meditation. He looks like he's asked for water since he's in the desert. Very good. Very good, Jessica. That's the one thing I want you to point out. Very good. Y'all, he's in the desert, right? But look at where he is. What is he exactly, Danielle? But like, look, is he in a bad place? He's in the desert, but what does he buy? What do y'all see? He's in the oasis. Very good, Jamal. Like, that's what I want y'all to see. There's a tree behind him. There's water nearby. He has the cups. He's ready to receive. So he could be bummed out. He's like, oh man, I'm stuck in this desert, blah, blah, blah. But y'all, he's sitting under a shade tree, which means there's water nearby, and he has cups. Exactly. He's chilling with his shirt off, so he's obviously not getting burned by the sun. If there's a tree growing, that means there's water nearby, and he has the cups to receive the water. So he may be dissatisfied that he's in the desert, but he's in a good place. Ooh, Jessica. See y'all now. Y'all are really going in. This is the type of stuff that I love. Jessica, very good. Is he imagining the tree? Mmm. Yeah, Jessica. Manifesting. Very good, Danielle. Very good. Right. Right, Jamal. So like how does that relate to the element of water? Let's bring it back. Um, if you say the tree is imaginary, you can say that he's able to draw on his well of imagination, which is ruled by the water, dreams, meditation, spirituality, to draw on that well to cover him in his time of need. That could be an interpretation. Water equals emotions, right? So say he were imagining the tree, right? I'm gonna pull out this card in the Rider-Waite deck and see if y'all can generate some more thoughts. Y'all are doing such a great job. Exactly, Jamal. We need the emotions to manifest. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, y'all, this is the Rider-Waite card. Slightly different. Yeah, we're about to wrap up too, April. Using what he has to get what he wants. You could say that. How does this guy differ from the one in the other deck? Yes, this one looks pissed. Very good, Danielle. Does he look open to receive? Ungrateful, exactly. He's in this beautiful, idyllic setting, seated under this strong tree. He's very close off, Jamal. His arms across, his legs across. He looks upset. All right, he's not open to receive, Angela. How does that relate to the element of water? There goes Jamal pulling out the big words. Yes. I like that y'all talk about receiving. We're talking about the element of water. In order to use the element of water, you have to be able to receive it, right? You have to have an open cup. Mm-hmm. Right, it's flexible. Very good. April is open. It's ooh, Angela, very good. He's blocking the gifts. Exactly, April. Like you have to like one thing about water is always going to find an escape. So unless you have something that's watertight, something that's designed to receive, the water will just slip through or it'll go away. In order to receive that element of water, he has to be open. He's not open right now. What about the tree you on? What does the tree mean? Yeah, Jamal, you can say his cups are full, but he looks discontent. Maybe the cups are full of some stuff that's not aiding him or not helping him. Maybe he needs to empty those cups out so that he can receive something new. Maybe the water in those cups is old and he needs some fresh water. All right, y'all, let's just talk about the tree real quick and then we can talk about this cup because that's important. And then we'll wrap this up, okay? Thank you all for joining tonight. It's a little crazy, but we haven't spoken in so long, so it's good to see you all and hear from you. Let's talk about the tree, y'all. What do trees symbolize? Trees do need water to grow. Shelter, right, Angela? Support. He's kind of propped up on this tree, right? Growth, stability, consistency, all very good, you all. Strength, yep. Support. Grounding, oh, that's an excellent one, April. Grounding. Roots. Also, trees are like antennas. They grow up towards the sky, so they have that element. You can think about us like this tree is kind of like a spine, like Kundalini energy, the chakras. It's like he's supporting himself on this thing. There's the tree of life in Kabbalah. Trees who represent family, ancestors, lineage, heritage. So anybody that can tie that to the meaning of this card, feel free. As above, so below. Very good. And then lastly, let's talk about this little cut that's coming out of this cloud. What does that represent? Sure, Caroline, I'll pull one for you. Yes, Danielle, very good. Yes, Angela. But y'all, don't be so general. Y'all are saying the universe providing help. Is it more than just the universe? It's a gift. Very good, Jessica. This cloud of smoke, it's almost like a spirit is handing him this, right? Yeah, it could, Jamal. It could be spiritual soul. It could be higher self. It could be an ancestor. It could be an angel. It could be a spirit guide. It could be, y'all, it's specific. It doesn't have to be general, like, oh, the universe is, no, this is a spirit guide saying, here you go. And by you acknowledging it, then you can receive the gift. But if you're so focused on your discontentment, you'll never even open your awareness up to know that there's this spirit, this specific spirit that's handing you this thing. Yeah, Angela, so that would be a spirit helping you. But you need to open up your awareness to receive it like that because you don't even see it right now. You're just like, oh, I'm so upset with what's in front of me. But it's like, no, you got this. Your spirit guide, your angel, your ancestor is like, no, here you go. Yeah, Jamal, always save the good stuff until the end. So y'all, when you receive this card, remember that whenever you see a cloud of smoke in tarot and there's a hand coming out of it, that is like a spirit guide handing you this gift. It's not just like, oh, the universe is here to support you. It's like, yeah, it is that. That's what the tree is. You're in a good place. You're discontent, but you're actually in a good place. You have the shade of this tree, you have the support. You're leaning on something that's greater than you. You know, these are your ancestors. This is time, this is growth. But then this is specifically something that's handing you a gift. It's something from within, internal, saying, look, you have this option. But you're, because of where you are emotionally, may not be able to receive that. So you need to put yourself in a position where you can receive it. And when this card comes up reversed, that means that you're starting to become aware of this thing being offered to you. When it's right side up, you're still in the ungrateful position. That's where Angela was. And in the frustrated position. But when it's reversed, it's like, oh, you're starting to become aware that there's this other option out there. All right. That was just a little tiny lesson. Thank you all for being with me. I know that was kind of drawn out. All right, let's do Caroline's question and we'll close this out. Uh-huh, Angela, you get it now. The last time I had that card, you all, it was major for me because I was dealing with a situation that was very frustrating for me at work. And I was like, oh, I don't really like the options that are in front of me. And then as I was driving home that night, I was listening to a video on YouTube, and there was literally another option that I had to deal with the situation at work that was very frustrating for me. And it was one that I hadn't even considered. And when I opened up my awareness to it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's like the perfect option. One that I never would have even considered before. But I received it and I ended up going with that option and it helped tremendously. I'm actually going to be doing that again tonight as soon as I finish this video. All right, Caroline. Caroline, the issue at hand is that you have like a lot of resources. You have a surplus. It could be money, it could be time, it could be anything that's a resource. You have a lot of them saved up, and now you're willing to share them with other people, but you have to sort of discern who you're going to share those resources with because not everybody's worthy to receive them. Not everybody values them the same way that you do. And the issue that's coming across it is that you are like, you're on this path where you really need to spend time alone to discover certain truths. You need to like go on an inward journey and you need to just really reflect and just discover certain things. You need to do that alone. So these two things could be kind of opposed because you have money and resources to share with other people, but you really need to just spend some time alone. Also, your education is a big resource for you right now. Like, you have explored many different things. You have a lot of hidden knowledge about things that you can share with other people that value it. So, it's very important that you like get this information and you receive it and then you share it with the appropriate people. This information comes from you in your alone time. I'll get to that. Subconsciously right now, you are like very financially responsible. Your finances are all in order. You have like a pretty good career. You're on your path, and you are really good at balancing your decisions with regards to money. Um, like you can regard your money and your funds, but still make time to like do other things like hang out with friends or hang out with other people and be social and stuff like that, but still uphold your financial commitments. In the past, you were very like set on like going out and having a good time and dealing with people who may not have like your long-term interests in mind. They just were all about living in the moment and you could have even had some unhealthy relationships because of that. You're just very focused on the here and now and living it up. Consciously, right now, you are really focused on pursuing your passions, traveling, and seeing like what the world has to offer beyond what you know, but like going out into the world and really like pursuing your passions and making things happen. Um, y'all, I'm gonna start this over. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling this. Caroline, can you please restate your question? Caroline, please restate your question. Why did the cancer start talking to me? Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I was gonna do this elaborate thing. I didn't even really understand the question. And I think this spread needs to be a simple one, so I'm gonna just do it simply. All right. When y'all met Caroline, this guy was kind of embarking on a journey that he didn't realize he was embarking on, and he wasn't really prepared for it. So he's fallen into this new journey. He's at the beginning and he's not aware that he's on it. So he's got like bumps and bruises. And it's sort of happening to him at this point rather than him being an active participant in it. So he's a little confused. And he doesn't really know what to make of things. Currently right now he is trying to be like a little deceptive. He's trying to keep his cards to himself and not really show all the moves that he's making. And it's working for him too. So he's here to get what he can get and to keep it moving, you know. You may have experienced that with him based on your last cards I pulled with you. You have resources and things that are attractive to him. And so he's interested in dealing with you just for for those purposes. But ultimately he's not ready to really commit to anything because he's going through his own personal journey and you're not a part of that. Like he may start talking to you just to see what could get out of you, but then when he realized that like, oh, the things that you offer are not as available as he thought, he may have backed away. But he's keeping things covered up. He's not being open and honest. He's like he's got issues. And then what will happen in the future is um he has some other things going on that are going to change his awareness. He's just operating on a very low vibration right now that's not healthy because he's trying to figure things out. He's very discontent and upset with his life right now, but he's about to have something happen that's going to clear things up for him, and maybe then he'll be available to date or emotionally or whatever. But right now is not a good time. He's a hot ass mess. You shouldn't talk to him anyway. He's actually kind of like dangerous to have around. Not that he would hurt you or anything, but he's out to get what he can. And, and his intentions are not like pure. So I would not waste much time thinking about him. For you, and he's certainly not at a level of maturity to be dating. For you, you're just very focused on money right now and on your resources. And you should be focused on that. Don't be overly focused on it, but like you're thinking about the long term and how you can build security for the future. Investments that you can make, different skills that you can acquire that'll help you out in your career. And everything is like precious for you. So that type of relationship wouldn't be compatible for you. And then you're also about hustling and making money. You're about doing what it takes to get that security that you desire. So like I just don't think he's really compatible for you right now. I wouldn't sweat too much the fact that he fell away because he needs to be doing his own thing and discovering what he needs to discover, and you need to focus on the money that you're making. Your interests are not compatible at this time. And he's definitely not being honest with you. That's what the cards say. All right, you all, thank you so much for joining. I hope that yeah, did that make sense for you, Caroline? I hope that y'all learned a little something. I'm sorry that this is so like stream of consciousness tonight because of the technological hiccups. It's not as like focused as I would like, but I still hope you were able to take away something. And it's good talking to you all. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and I will see you again very soon with some really cool things that you all will like. So thank you so much for joining. Have a great night.